Hey there, I'm Christina from hairromance.com. The tutorial I'm showing you today is a request that came over from Instagram. I'm at hairromance if you want to follow me there for some more hair inspo. This is a kind of S-curving Dutch braid. It's a style I made up a little while ago when I really just needed to put my hair up. And it's something I wear a little bit now because it's so much fun and it's really easy to customize to suit your hair type. So whether you've got shorter hair, you can still do this. And if you've got much longer hair, you can kind of keep twisting and create some sort of amazing crown style as well, which would be incredible. Now, if you want to learn how to do this style, keep watching.
Today my hair's wavy, so I'm going to start by brushing it out to remove any tangles before I braid. You can still do this hairstyle in curly hair, but you don't need me to tell you not to brush your curls. I like to work out how the style will look from the front and leave out some pieces of hair around my face, which I think softens the finished style. To start the braid, I'm picking up a large section of hair at the top and splitting it into 3. This style is made up with a Dutch braid, so I cross the left side under the middle and then the right under the left, and on the middle section, this is where I start to add in hair underneath, and I pick a section up right next to my braid to add in first. On the next braid section, I'm adding in hair right across from the back as I want to angle my braid over to that side. On the next cross, I don't add in any hair. With this braid, I'm creating the curve by only adding hair to one side of the braid, and it will always be to the top side of the braid. The reason I do this is because it leaves more hair free on the underside, which will be added into the braid as it curves below. Now I'm starting to turn the braid, and so I switch which side I add the hair into my braid, though technically it's still always the top side. It might help to think of this braid in horizontal sections, and you only add in hair on the top side of the braid and to the sides to help it curve to the next horizontal section. As you turn, you're still adding in hair to the side of the braid that's on top, though now it's going in the opposite direction across your head. As we get to a corner, turn your braid and angle your hands in the opposite way, then add in hair to the top side of the braid. Technically, it's now the other side of your braid that you were adding to before, but we're going along and it's now the top side of this horizontal braid twist. With this kind of curving braid, it's really important to keep the tension in your braid by angling your hands. You want the braid to sit close to the first braid twist, but not be so tight that it's lifting up from your head underneath. As you get to the final twist, you'll know as you start to run out of room, finish in a regular Dutch braid, and on this final twist, I add in hair to both sides of the braid. That means I'm adding it to the top and the bottom, and this really helps to secure the braid tightly to the shape of your head. Just keep practicing with this style, and if you have any pulls, I can show you how to fix that at the end. Once all of your hair has been added into the braid, I just continue braiding my hair in a regular braid or plait and secure the end with a small clear hair elastic. Depending on how long your hair is, this might be a really beautiful long side plait, or you could even consider leaving it in a ponytail if you prefer. I like to use a clear elastic because it's easier to hide in this braid. Now we're at my favourite part, where you can stretch out your braid. And for this style, we really want to stretch it and go big. If you've got gaps in your braid or layers that are loose, this is the time to fix them. I stretch out the braid to try and bring them twist closer together, and this is when I can tuck any loose layers in. Also take a bobby pin and lift your braid and pin it in place. Slide the pin through your braid and connect it to the hair underneath where you want the twist to sit. As your braid is now really only connected on the top side, it makes it easier to lift it and stretch it higher. Keep stretching and pinning your braid together to make it look as tight as possible. Now, depending on how long your hair is, you can do what I'm doing here and tuck the ends of your braid up underneath to create one final twist in your braid. Alternatively, you can leave your hair out in a long side braid or a side ponytail. And if your hair is really long, you could wrap your braid around to create a full crown braid. I like to make my braid look really full, so after checking the back, I've noticed a few spots and I'm going to use more pins to close the gaps between them. You can tuck in any loose layers that are poking out, and I recommend using hairspray or more bobby pins to hold them in place. Now this is just one variation of my S-curve braid, and depending on your hair length and your hair texture, you'll create your own unique style. And I can't wait to see it. You can share it with me using the hashtag hairromance on Instagram.
So that's my S-curve braid. I managed to get about 4 twists in there. Let's see what you can do with your hair. You can really customize it to suit. If you like this tutorial, please give it a thumbs up and let me know in the comments what you'd like to see next. You can hit subscribe and make sure you hit notifications so you'll see my next video. Over on hairromance.com there's a heap of more inspiration, tips and tutorials that you can find anytime. Have fun with your hair and I'll see you next time. Bye.